Have you ever met someone and boom, it just clicks? So fast, so intensely, that it feels like you've known them forever? It's an amazing feeling, right? But it can also be kind of confusing, maybe even a little scary. Well, if you've ever found yourself getting attached way, way too quickly, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break down why this happens, and more importantly, what you can actually do about it.
And this is the big question, isn't it? Because sometimes what feels like this incredible once-in-a-lifetime connection is actually just our brain hitting replay on a script it learned a long, long time ago. So let's try and figure out which one it is for you.
Oh, you know this feeling. Your phone becomes an extension of your hand. You're replaying every single word they said. You're picturing this whole future that, let's be honest, doesn't even exist yet. And somewhere deep down you know you're doing it again, getting hooked on someone who barely knows you. It's totally overwhelming, and trust me, there's a reason for it.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the psychology of it all. This isn't just about being a hopeless romantic. Nope. There are some much deeper things going on under the surface, and just understanding them is the first real step to changing that pattern for good.
Okay, check this out. It's the story we tell ourselves versus, well, the brutal truth. We love to think, oh, I'm just a deep person, I feel things more intensely. But what if the reality is a little harder to swallow? What if that intense feeling is actually just a strategy, a way to plug up an emptiness you're feeling inside?
So here's the absolute key. It's not really about them. You're not seeing the actual person in front of you. You're seeing what you need them to be. They become this perfect, shiny distraction from the uncomfortable quiet you feel when you're all by yourself.
And it really boils down to these 4 core drivers. First, you just really, really don't like being alone, so any company feels better than your own. Second, you're a master of fantasizing. You've built a whole life with them before you've even had a second date. Third, you might be a little addicted to that initial rush, the high of a new romance. And finally, and this is a big one, you're kind of expecting someone else to be the source of your happiness. Do any of those sound familiar?
And you know what? There's actually a clinical term for part of this pattern. It's called emophilia. For people with this tendency, it's all about that thrill of the chase, that initial spark. It's what can read as saying, I love you super early, and honestly, completely missing some pretty obvious red flags along the way.
This quote, wow, it's blunt, but it is so powerful. It completely reframes the whole thing, right? It's not that you have this huge abundance of love to give. It's more about a lack of love for yourself that you're desperately trying to find in someone else. So when they give you just a little bit of attention, it feels like life-saving oxygen, and you just can't let it go.
And this is exactly how it works. That empty feeling, it's uncomfortable. So your brain, smart as it is, looks for the quickest escape route. And the easiest escape is to fantasize, to write a whole movie script about your future together. It's a coping mechanism, for sure, but it's a dangerous one because it's built on pure imagination, not reality.
I mean, can it be said any simpler than that? This is the #1 mental habit you have got to break. Just bringing yourself back to right here, right now, to what is real in this moment. That is everything. The future hasn't been earned yet.
Okay, so we get the why. Now for the part you've been waiting for, the how. How do we actually break this cycle? How do we take back control and start building healthier, more grounded connections? Let's get into it.
Here are 4 really practical, powerful steps you can take. First, get brutally honest with yourself. Next, start filling your own life up. Make it so interesting and full that you don't even have time to use someone else as a distraction. 3, create a little friction on purpose. Slow things down. You don't have to text back in 3 seconds. And finally, number 4, enforce your boundaries. If someone is giving you confusion instead of clarity, your only job is to take a step back.
This is so important in our world today. That little dopamine hit you get from a quick text reply is not the same thing as trust that's been built over time through real, consistent actions. Don't mistake the sizzle of digital attention for the substance of a real bond.
So yeah, pause for a second and really ask yourself this. A connection adds to your life. A dependency is something you use to escape your life. A connection is about 2 whole people coming together. A dependency is about you trying to find a missing piece of yourself in somebody else. Huge difference.
Okay, in this final section, let's talk about the ultimate goal. Because it's not about never getting attached again. It's about shifting from a place of needing someone to a place of truth, where genuine, real love can actually grow.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. Look at the difference. Fast attachment, it's all intensity, fantasy, and this deep fear of being on your own. Real connection, it's slow, it's steady, it's built on what's real. It's not about needing someone to complete you, but wanting someone who complements the awesome life you already have.
And please, please remember this. This is not about beating yourself up. It's not some flaw in your character. Think of it like a check engine light on your car's dashboard. It's just a signal from you to you that some part of you is asking for a little attention, a little healing. And that's work you can only do from the inside.
And we're going to end on this thought. That whole search for the one who will finally complete you, it ends the second you realize the only thing that can ever make you feel truly whole is your own self-respect. When you have that, you don't fall into relationships anymore. You walk into them, fully aware and fully yourself. And believe me, that changes everything.